Welcome back to Patriot Network TV. It is 2011, folks. How can that be? Well, I want to make this the year of our Constitution. My crusade, my prayer, my hope is that every one of you will seek out the Constitution, seek out its wisdom, and prayerfully beseech the Creator of the universe to give you the wisdom to deal with these pressing issues that we have. Let's look at, and I love to go to the Wall Street Journal, the ultimate repository of all Western wisdom. I love to go to the Wall Street Journal to look at certain data. What are the states? Which of the states in the United States are in the worst financial shape? Well, it shouldn't be a surprise that in tax policy, New York is number 50 out of 50, and California is number 49 out of 49. Now, if you looked at the front page of the Wall Street Journal and saw the picture of Jerry Brown, and they had two pictures, one of him with Linda Ronstadt, and I think it was Tim Schmidt from the Eagles, and he's young, long-haired, you know, in his Moonbeam, Governor Moonbeam Day, and then the other picture is old, bald, and re-elected, and they quoted the old Eagles song, Hotel California, you can check in, but you can't ever check out. You wonder how long Jerry Brown, and I'm going to borrow a quote here from my one of my favorite radio fellows, Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller always invokes, I'm paraphrasing here, but it is a Miller quote, how long can Jerry Brown keep his teeth clenched hard on the federal tit? At age 70, he's never had a private sector job, is the accusation by our friend Dennis Miller. And he's, you know, lived first on his father's trust fund and then on the state of California, i.e. the citizens, the taxpayers of California. And now he has been elected governor, re-elected governor, in a time of real crisis. The 49th worst tax policy for growth in America is in California. The 50th worst, or the worst, is in New York. Now, with New York and California representing two major population centers, and they used to be engines of economic growth in this country, and now they're dinosaurs, blue dinosaurs, stumbling toward extinction, stumbling toward bankruptcy, stumbling toward public default on their bonds, on their public pensions, on, you know, just go through the list of things that are an embarrassment to the state of California and the state of New York. New York City, in a snowstorm. And, you know, keep in mind, it's not like New York doesn't get snow. Think about Buffalo, New York. If you've ever been to the Anchor Steam Tavern in Buffalo, New York, the home of the Buffalo Wing, if you've ever been in Buffalo, New York, you know what lake effect snow is. You know that snow is coming to New York. And the idea that New York City can be crippled for 48, 72, 96 hours by a snowstorm, and the city of New York, the city that built the Empire State Building in less than a year, they can't get the snow off the street. They're crippled by a snowstorm. You have to ask yourself, what in the world is going on? What has happened to the will of New Yorkers? New York used to be the greatest city on earth. Love New York, hate New York, whatever your feeling is, the New Yorkers had this spirit that they could do anything and nobody could stop them. Snow stopped them. Why? According to stories in the Washington Times, public sector union officials told their members, we're going to take that last contract and shove it up Michael Bloomberg, the mayor, shove it up a part of his anatomy that the sun doesn't come to very often. To make a political point, apparently, according to the Washington Times, the public sector unions engaged in a policy that caused more people to die than was necessary. Some people might refer to that as statistical murder. Some people might say, gee, that's unacceptable. How in the world can the airports in New York City be shut down for 48 hours because of snow? Snow! Who would have thought that snow would come in the winter? I'm shocked. And just footnote to Al Gore, where's all that global warming you promised us? You know, where's all that global warming that's going to make it 7 degrees warmer? Where's all that, oh geez, we got to control CO2 or it's going to get warmer? Well, from 2000 to 2010, global mean temperature has gone down, not up. And Piers Corbin, the great weather forecaster, says we're in for 30 years of cooling. So we have to ask ourselves, What is the best way to get the right policy? Is California's example, is New York's example the way to go? More and more public sector union, more and more spending, more and more regulation? Or do we want to try something else? I suggest that we go back to the founding principles of this country and we try to embrace an entrepreneurial free enterprise economy that centers on a single reality, and that is jobs are created by entrepreneurs who go to the marketplace to put capital at risk to create new products and new services. California and New York are failing to do that. Let's hope in the new year we all start to do that. God bless you.